There are cities you visit, check off your list, and forget. And then there are those that become your personal brand of addiction. We're used to seeing them on postcards, but today, I'm going to show you a different side. Cities where tourist traps sit right next to places of power, just around the corner of a majestic cathedral. The best adventure of your life might be hiding. We're going to walk a path from ancient chaos to a city that today is the heart of a free Europe. Let's go! Number 7. Rome, Italy. Ancient chaos and the sweet life. Expectations. You picture yourself as the star of Roman holiday, wearing an elegant dress or a crisp linen shirt. You slowly eat gelato by the Trevi fountain, while the sun gently kisses your shoulders. Reality. In reality, you're being shoved by a crowd of 300 tourists. The sun isn't kissing you. It's ruthlessly roasting you at 100 degrees Fahrenheit. And for a scoop of ice cream within a 300-foot radius of the Pantheon, you'll be ripped off for 15 euros. Central Rome is an endless line. The roar of mopeds and waiters luring you into restaurants with plastic display food. Why people come back? Because Rome teaches you dolce far niente, the art of doing nothing. The real city wakes up in the evening in the Trastevere neighborhood. Forget the restaurants with pictures on the menu. Look for places where wine is poured into plain little glasses. And instead of napkins, they give you rough paper. Try the real carbonara, where the sauce is so thick you can taste every single gram of pecorino cheese. Rome doesn't impress you with its ruins, but with how brazenly it enjoys life. You will return here to learn that dolce far niente, the ability to just be happy without any reason at all. Weekly budget for one. Accommodation around $600 to $800. Food and drinks $350 to $450. Transport and tickets $100. Total roughly $1,050 to $1,350. Number 6. Barcelona, Spain. A sun-drenched drug designed by Gaudí. Expectations. The majestic Sagrada Familia, peaceful walks along the promenade, and delicious paella at sunset. Reality. Construction on the Sagrada Familia hasn't stopped for 140 years, so there will always be cranes in your photos. During the day at Barceloneta Beach, there are so many people you're afraid of stepping on someone's kid. And on La Rambla, your main form of entertainment is making sure your wallet isn't stolen. Why people come back? Barcelona is a city with a crazy, electrifying energy. To feel it, ignore the center and climb up to the Bunkers del Carmel. These are abandoned anti-aircraft bunkers where there are no tickets, but $1 million view. Barcelona amazes you with its transitions. In the morning, you are in the Gothic quarter, where the walls remember the Inquisition. And an hour later, you are in Poblenou, where old factories have been turned into lofts for geniuses. You come back for the late-night tapas tours, one glass, one bite, and on to the next bar. This is a city that never sleeps sober and teaches you that rules were made to be beautifully broken. Budget section. Weekly budget for one. Accommodation around $700 to $900. Food and markets $300 to $400. Entertainment $120. Transport $30. Total roughly $1,150 to $1,450. Number 5. Edinburgh, Scotland. Dark academia and horizontal rain. Expectations. Harry Potter aesthetics, cozy cafes filled with books, and majestic castles wrapped in a light fog. Reality. The wind here is so strong it will rip an umbrella out of your hands, taking your fingers with it. And the rain? It falls horizontally. You try to take an atmospheric photo, but your hair has a mind of its own. And after 5 minutes, your face turns bright red from the cold. Why people come back? Because Edinburgh is the most stylish Gothic city in the world. It is pure dark academia. You don't need to look for movie sets here. The whole city is a set. The real Edinburgh hides in its narrow alleys, called closes. These are stone cracks between buildings where time stopped 300 years ago. Climb Arthur's Seat, an extinct volcano right in the city, and let the wind blow all the unnecessary noise out of your head. Then in the evening, go to a pub in Stockbridge, where locals warm up by the fireplace with their dogs. This is a city for those who love intellectual coziness and the smell of peated whiskey. You will return here, because nowhere else has such a perfect blend of harsh nature and magical architecture. Budget section. Weekly budget for one. Accommodation around $800 to $1,000. Food and pubs $400 to $500. Transport and museums $80. Total, roughly $1,280 to $1,580. Number 4. Budapest, Hungary. An aristocrat in ripped jeans. Expectations. You are an aristocrat strolling past the Golden Parliament building, drinking champagne with a view of the Danube. Reality. Take one step away from the grand facades, and you see peeling walls, graffiti, and some pretty rough-looking homeless people in the underpasses. The post-Soviet vibe here is sometimes stronger than the imperial one. Why people come back? Budapest is a city of surprises. During the day, you can be an aristocrat at the Széchenyi Baths, playing chess right in the hot water surrounded by marble columns. But as soon as the sun sets, Budapest takes off its suit. Its beating heart is the ruined pubs in the Jewish quarter. Abandoned buildings where old bathtubs replace furniture, and God knows what hangs from the ceiling instead of chandeliers. This city strikes you with its contrast. It is simultaneously majestic and completely punk rock. You will return here for those night walks across the bridges over the Danube, when the city glows like gold. And for that exact atmosphere of freedom you can only find in graffiti-covered basements. Budget section. Weekly budget for one. Accommodation around $400 to $600. Food and bars $250 to $350. Baths and museums $80. Transport $25. Total, roughly $755 to $1,055. Number 3. Paris, France. Unfiltered romance. Expectations. A dinner with croissants near the Eiffel Tower, just like in the show Emily in Paris. Everything seen through rose-colored glasses, surrounded by flowers. Reality. You are greeted by the smell of urine in the metro, mountains of trash from the latest sanitation workers' strike, and crowds of people trying to shove a €1 plastic tower keychain into your hands. They call it Paris syndrome, when expectations crash hard against the reality of a metropolis. Why people come back? Paris knows how to surprise you if you give it a second chance. The real art isn't in the Louvre. It's at 59 Rivoli, a former squat where artists create right in front of you, across 6 floors of madness. Want to feel the young Paris? Go to La Felicita, a giant food market in an old train depot with an incredible vibe. And if your soul demands the Middle Ages without the lines, take a train to the town of Provins. It's only an hour from the capital, but time has stood still there. Ancient walls, silence, and that exact France we are all looking for. You will return here to find your own Paris, the one hiding just around the corner from the tourist trails. Budget section. Weekly budget for one. Accommodation around $800 to $1,100. Food and bakeries $450 to $550. Tickets $100. Transport $40. Total, roughly $1,390 to $1,790. Number 2. Amsterdam, Netherlands. A box of secrets. Expectations. Peaceful walks along the canals, tulips, and a feeling of total tranquility. Reality. In reality, you constantly flinch at the sound of bicycle bells. Cyclists rule this city, and they will not go around you. The center is thick with the smell of marijuana, and the crowds in the red light district sometimes look like a line for a limited edition drop. Why people come back? Amsterdam is my personal favorite. It's a city built like a puzzle box. On the outside, 17th century gingerbread houses. On the inside, futuristic museums, illusion galleries, and mind-bending spaces. No single vacation is enough to explore all these hidden courtyards and concept stores in the Jordan district. The real Amsterdam is an evening bike ride along the canals, looking into windows that never have curtains, watching everyone's cozy life unfold. And yes, the street food here, from cheese to hot waffles, is a special kind of pleasure, especially after a visit to the right coffee shop. You will return here for the feeling of absolute tolerance and inner freedom. Budget section. Weekly budget for one. Accommodation around $900 to $1,200. Food $400 to $500. Bike and boat rentals $70. Museums $80. Total roughly $1,450 to $1,850. And finally, number 1. Kyiv, Ukraine. The city of power. Expectations. The golden domes of churches, chestnut trees, and post-Soviet monumentality. Reality. A city where air raid sirens are part of the background noise, and military checkpoints at the entrances remind you of the times we are living in. Why people come back. We finish our route right in the center of continental Europe. Kyiv is a city of immense power with a 1,000-year history. A city that today amazes the whole world with its unbreakable spirit. It's a unique mix. You can stand next to St. Sophia's Cathedral, which is 1,000 years old. And 5 minutes later, drink the best coffee in Europe in the Podil district. Kyiv impresses with service that outpaces any European capital, and a food scene that makes you fall in love from the very first bite of Kyiv cake or borscht. But the most important thing here is the people and the energy of freedom that is literally poured into the air. You will return here to feel this unstoppable rhythm of life and to see how modernity grows right through ancient walls. It is a city where every visit is a reminder of what a true thirst for life really is. Budget section. Weekly budget for one. Accommodation around $300 to $500. Food in top restaurants $200 to $300. Transport and entertainment $50. Total roughly $550 to $850. Every one of these cities has its own character, its own scars, and its own secrets. Pick yours, pack your backpack, and remember, the best places are the ones where you stop being a tourist and become a part of the city. Which city will you choose first? Let me know in the comments.